slope can be either positive or negative. And you've probably noticed that we've only looked at slopes that look like this, that kind of continue to go up from left to right. But what if we have a slope that looks like this? Well, let's take a look at this first. If we have a positive slope, the x gets larger and the y gets larger. So as my x gets larger here, my y is also getting larger. And an example that would fit this slope is the amount of money you make, if it's here, is dependent upon the number of hours you make. So the more hours you work, the more money you make. If we have a negative slope, when we move this way, as the x gets larger, our y, excuse me, is getting smaller and smaller. So for example, the amount of money you have left is y, is based on the number of hours you shop. So the more time you shop, the more money you're spending. So because you're spending more, then the money you have left would decrease. So the amount of money here is decreasing, decreasing, and decreasing over time. All right. So slope always looks like it goes in this direction, and negative slope is going in that direction there. All right. Let's take a look at an example where the line is negative. So we know we have a negative slope here because it's going down, right? It's falling. So let's start like we have any other time. We're going to pick 2 points, and I'm going to use this one here, because it's nice and clear, and this one. So we have A and B. So notice because our slope is negative, A is much higher than B, right? Okay, let's write the coordinates for this point too. So our x value here is always in the first coordinate, and our x is 0, and the y is 3. Okay? And then over here, our x coordinate is 1, 2, 3, 4. And because it's sitting on the x-axis, our y value is 0. Okay, so let's write our formula. So we have rise over run. So remember I said our rise is always talking about our y values. Okay, so to get from here to here, we have to fall, right? We have to go down there. So what we could write then is we want to find the distance from here to here. So it would be 0 minus 3. We could also, as thinking of it as from A, we would have to go from here to here. And we're falling 3 steps, 1, 2, 3. So if we're falling, then that also is going to give us a negative number. All right, and the run, we're still moving in the positive direction here. Okay, so we always subtract the second point minus the first point. 4 minus 0. Okay, so we have 0 minus 3, which is a negative 3, and 4 minus 0 is 4. So our slope is negative 3/4. Either way you write this, it's still the same. Let's recap what was learned in the video. So we talked about slope, and we know that the slope is the steepness of the line. And slope can be positive or negative. And if we find the slope of a distance time graph, that is telling the slope is measuring the speed. All right, that's all.